How's it going, you guys? I am Brian Beck. This is the Profit Center's discussion board for Aviation 314. Now, I am without the benefit of my laptop this week, and I can't figure out if there is or is not a way to stitch a video of yourself into a iPad PowerPoint presentation, but we're going to have to run without my face this week. But anyway, so this is the Profit Center's discussion board. My airline of choice, or company of choice, I should say, is Spirit Airlines. And we'll talk about a couple different ways that they generate revenue. Now, Spirit Airlines, it's an airline. Obviously, their number one revenue generating process is going to be the carriage of passengers. They brought in almost $3.2 billion in revenue from passenger carriage last year. Quite a lot of money. The problem with this is that they shelled out a cost of $3.3 billion just to pay for that passenger carriage. This is the largest cost center they have, and of course, that's things like fuel, aircraft leases, maintenance, salaries for the flight crew and the ground crew, and all the equipment that they need to pay for around the airport, things like that. Now, airlines have a couple other tricks that they use to generate revenue, and Spirit is fairly new to that game. American and Delta have been doing it for a long time, but this is your loyalty programs. Now, these, with a lot of well-established airlines, are worth a ton of money. Like I said a second ago, Spirit is pretty new at this. But just last year, they generated $64 million in revenue off of their loyalty programs. Now, this also includes the credit cards that they offer, that, a card that develops Spirit miles and things like that, and the interest they make off of those cards, and the value they have in their rewards. Now, the beauty of these loyalty programs is they're really, really cheap to maintain, at least compared to flying an aircraft. Spirit generated $64 million worth of revenue off of this last year. And like I said, it's pretty new, so it's not a ton of money, but it only cost them $500,000 to do that. And this is things like transaction fees they're paying to Visa for their credit card, salaries for people to, help out at the call center and answer questions, and IT support for setting up all the programs, websites, and things like that. Now, as we talked about in previous weeks, Spirit Airlines is not exactly doing very well financially. Spirit lost darn near $500 million last year. But what's pretty interesting at looking at things this week is that their loyalty program is starting to move along pretty strongly, and generating a whole lot of cheap revenue that is going to potentially help save their butts in the future. That's all I've got for you guys today. Yeah, thanks for listening.